That's something you discuss.
The floor is yours. Go right ahead.
I should
We
be.
got a couple minutes before we start.
Right. I do just say while she's passing that out. Now, you guys again considering, there's your pen on the floor there, considering
Thank you.
paying an indebtedness. But don't you know you have to run it past the supervisor, the committee? Because you're under the auspices of the state now, and
Well,
they say
she'll get
any
it.
contracts and anything else you enter
We'll get
into
it.
must come before them for their critiquing it and reading it or what have you. And Madam Law Director, you were not here, and when I walked you home, I went back and got the charter and I read the responsibility of the Law Director and the Finance Director and the Mayor, that they must keep council informed of the financial affairs of the city, and if council passes ordinance or enter into contracts or anything of that nature, it's in the charter, that they are held responsible if they have been informed that the finances isn't there. And so if you do other than that, then your posterity is on the line. Because he has the authority to bring you in. He has investigative authority as well. He has subpoena power. That's what the charter gives the finance director. And then he may bring you in and find out where you got some money that I'm not aware of as the finance director. And so I want you to be mindful of that. You save the posterity tonight. And I'll give you triples for that. You coming on around, bro. You coming on around.
Under you too, sir.
Coming on around.
Councilor Martin, would you like to pass the gavel?
There you go.
Where do you go?
Okay.
I lost the council.
Under Mr. O'May's tutelage, you're coming around.
Yes, your
We
prosperity.
lost the
Your
council.
prosperity.
I gotta wait for, all right, where is it? I need it for the first resolution. Where do you go? Oh, well, by the time we get that remarks to the public agenda, it's over.
Okay, what am I doing? Okay,
You ready?
special council meeting.
Yeah.
As usual, Mr. O'May, I'm glad to see you. Well and kicking. Okay. It is now time for the City of East Cleveland Special Council meeting, Thursday, September 3rd, 6:45, place, East Cleveland City Hall courtroom. The time now, we're running a little late, is 6:55, I'm sorry. Okay, 6:56. Okay. Madam Clerk, would you call it now?
Councilor King,
Present.
Councilor Martin,
Present.
Councilor Baker stepped out for a moment, Councilor Thomas. Councilor Willer is excused.
Okay. Mr. Mayor, are you aware that Mr. Will was going to pass?
Oh, she did.
Yes, she did. Ms. Will passed.
Oh, my God. He said she was doing better.
Yeah, well, you do better, and then you do
Monday.
better than to go past. Yeah. They say you get better.
Yeah, because you talked. Sorry.
Resolution.
Now, we're going to go to council public.
Oh,
and
okay.
agenda items.
Remarks of the public on agenda items only.
Resolution 4515. I'm anxious to see as to what the disposition is going to be, or whether it's going to remain in committee, or what you're going to do with that, because of the fact that you just heard something tonight, and council still need to look at the budget, the recovery plan, and creek it, and you can add to it. You have the authority to do that. Add something that may not be there. I heard you make some suggestions in reference to some things to look at, and then they found out it was on there, because any revenue generated entity in the city, operates in the city, is, I mean, to generate revenue, should be in the recovery plan, as, but they can say found in there. So I give him chochos for that, but I do administer this council to really go through that recovery plan and critique it, and you can add to it. You have that authority to do so, and what have you. Then the second one, 6-year resolution authorizing, well, that's 40/50, authorizing the mayor to enter into agreement with Minson Fitzgerald to settle her lawsuit. That's the lady.
That's stating.
That's in the committee.
That's okay.
Kim.
All right. Resolution 4715, a resolution authorizing East Cleveland City Council to retain, that's your outside lawyer. So I still have some trepidation, I cannot fathom, and I realize we, in my finite mind, I'll just put it that we, I mean, in the past, we have had lawsuits and brought against us, and the law director did not recuse herself, or himself, or what have you, and college graduates. We chose, not the law director, she's the law director for the city. As I told the commissioner, when Helen Hand said that she was right, and I told her, and she didn't know what she was talking about. And she told me I didn't know what I was talking about. I said, baby, I've been there, done that. I know what to do. I said, I went on down the line to enunciate as to attorney generals, etc. She is our little attorney general for the city of East Cleveland, Ohio. She represents. The county is, what's his name?
McGinty.
McGinty.
Yeah.
For the state is DeWine.
Why?
So the council can choose, they have that authority. Charter gives them that authority and the ordinance as well, to choose what have you. But for her to say, unless she has some interest, some conflict in there with, as far as interest, then she can recuse herself. But she is the law director for the city, not for just administration. She's the law director for this council. She's the law director for this court. She's the law director for administration as well.
You heard her say she don't want to lose her license on me. You heard her say that.
Yes,
She can fight that.
well, no, she won't lose her license for standing up.
She can fight
But,
that.
excuse me, but you have the choice. If she refuses, and I wouldn't want nobody saying they don't want to do anything, but she must face her responsibility. She is the law director for the city, not by anyone else telling her you can't do it or whatever. Gary Norton cannot tell her that. She is the law director. She advises him as she was supposed to advise you. When he's wrong, she must tell him he's wrong. I'm not going to do that. People got to have morals and principles. This is why so many of us have gone to jail. In this city I have time after time after time after administration and all branches have got in trouble because of the fact they don't want to follow the law and doing things behind closed doors, but they shouldn't be doing. So I have history. I know the history of the city. Since we've been in here, you know, people after people have gone to jail. Even judges have gone to jail now in this city. So I'm telling you what has happened. Library people have gone to jail. The city, this city hall, they have gone to jail in a number of times. Councilors have gone to jail. And mayors have gone to jail.
Well, I hope this posterior don't go.
Everybody trying to go to jail. You looking like wintertime.
He's talking about my posterior.
You looking like wintertime. We're done with Mr. Mays.
Yeah, but Mr. Mays do have a point, and I'm for what Mr. Mays said, because you know we do have a law director, and yes, it can cause conflicts, but still, the city is actually paying her. You know, and I know that y'all need to get a revolution made that the law, the law, can't cling to the mayor, okay? She cannot cling to the mayor's wishes, you know? Y'all need a revolution. Because y'all might be laughing like it's a joke, but anytime when you have conflicts and y'all have to go outside and get a lawyer, y'all need to redirect and think about not having a lawyer on the mayor's best interest when she should be on everybody's best interest. And if you continue falling for everything, we're gonna end up in court some more, and y'all might not have the money to get out this time. You know, just be careful for the little things. I'm telling you, because it can turn out to be like big things. Okay? Don't put all your eggs in one basket, because the basket do run over and the eggs do bust. Okay.
Let's go.
Okay, legislation.
Resolution number 45-15. Resolution approving the mayor's financial fiscal recovery plan in accordance with section 118.06 of the Ohio Revised Code for submission to the Financial Planning and Supervision Commission and declaring an emergency for the public safety and welfare. Requested by Mayor Gary Norton Jr. Pass the gavel to Councilor Martin, please. He's the senior.
It was closer to me.
Pass it on.
Thank you.
Sponsored by Council
I
President
got it
Martin.
wrong.
Okay, Councilor Martin?
Yes, Barbara, resolution 4515 has your name on it. What is your pleasure?
I will sponsor 4515 and move for its adoption.
Is there a second?
I second it.
Okay, discussion. We'll open for discussion. Barbara?
Okay, we had quite an extensive discussion here pertaining to this financial plan. And the financial plan was a draft, and it's basically saying what the projections will be in the future, as any plan will be. And we discussed the ordinance number 5 in here, and we also discussed the life source file, and we also discussed the issues of monies going forward. And there was some concerns as we looked at the plan.
Thank you. Any other discussion on resolution number 4515? No? Honorable Mayor Gary Norton, anything you want to say about 4515? Okay, Madam Clerk, we're ready to call for the vote.
Okay, Councilor King?
Yay.
Councilor Martin?
Yay.
Councilor Baker?
Yay.
Councilor Thomas? Yay. All right, it passes.
4515 is passed. 4615, you can read it for the record, but it's in committee. We need to read it, Barbara?
No,
No.
it's stated
Okay, before we move on,
All right.
can we ask the clerk to draft a letter to the fiscal commission asking them to have an emergency meeting so that they can pass the ordinance? Can we draft a letter to the fiscal commission asking them to have an emergency meeting so that they can pass what we just passed, so that they can lift the deduction that they just passed, so that we won't be in jeopardy of laying off police, closing the service department? If you want, you can attach the mayor's letter stating that he now had to do that. Attach it to the letter and ask them to have an emergency meeting
Prior
so that
to
they can
September
reverse
30th?
that.
Excuse me.
Yes,
Prior to
yes,
September 30th at 1:30.
absolutely. Ask them to do it next week.
I-
We're talking about people's livelihoods here. We're talking about jobs.
In consensus on for that, everybody around here, we all right with that, Barbara?
Yes, that's reasonable.
Okay, now let it go out tomorrow.
Thank you.
Okay, and we're in consensus, let the record show that we're in consensus that the letter will go to the fiscal commission, that we have passed a financial recovery plan, and then they can get rid of that, what was it?
And we want them to have an emergency meeting to pass it so that they can lift the deduction in expenditures.
That's okay, you understand?
Can I talk to her?
Yes.
Okay, is that okay, Barbara?
I don't have a problem.
Oh, okay.
First of all,
Mhm.
I'm just gonna say this.
Okay.
She looked at she polled the commission, that's number one. And everybody, when she polled the commission, she asked what were the dates that were available. So they agreed on the 31st, what is it, 30th. And that's what they did at that particular time. So that's why I'm saying you got people that are on that commission that might not be available for emergencies when you're already called for this. And also, I'm just speaking. I'm not dictating. I'm just speaking. And this is just for 1 month, the reduction?
Yeah.
Didn't you say?
We don't know how long it's for. Can we please just
I'm
ask?
asking a question, Mr. King.
I believe it was in
Hold
reference
it,
to.
hold it, hold it, you guys are out of order. Barbara has the floor right now.
I'm
Go ahead.
asking, Madam Law Director, was it for the whole entire time or was it for 1 month?
It's by month, for every month that we are not in compliance.
Okay, so if you are dealing with this month, you're only having a problem with this month. And if you get, by the time we can do it and have it in place for next month, if she don't do it for this month, am I correct?
She didn't state the months when they imposed the
Yes,
15%.
Hold it, hold it, old mage,
I believe
Hold it.
that is correct.
That's correct. I know it's correct, 'cause I am.
so what is your suggestion, Barbara, what do we need to do?
We're asking, we're telling her that we have passed this, and on the next commission meeting, which is the end of this month, we expect them to be able to pass it.
Well, if they have a hard time bringing all these people, does she come from Columbus, that hand lady?
Yes.
Can they do a voice report over the phone?
No.
They don't know.
No, all right.
Look, just write the letter.
Write the
If it
letter.
doesn't happen, it doesn't happen.
They say
Mr.
no.
King,
If it goes to the public,
Councilman King, I'm not saying not to write the letter. I am telling you what we have is fact.
Okay, let me intercede here.
Okay.
It's a consensus of the entire
Until
council.
you get all up
that
in
we
our head
write the letter, and
Jesus.
Tracy's gonna write the letter, and we'll see what happens from there.
Yeah, I
Let's
mean,
move
I'm
on to-
just stating it's for 1 month period.
Thank you, your point is very valid.
47.
Barbara, Tom, let's go to resolution 4715 so we can get out of here. Okay, Madam Clerk? Yeah.
Oh, okay.
4715.
Resolution number, you want to pass the gavel back to Council?
Well, she's on here too.
That's Council Cole.
Read it, please.
Everybody's getting slapped at me.
All right.
All right. Resolution number 4715, a resolution to authorize East Cleveland City Council to retain Buckley King LPA as special legal counsel to advise and assist East Cleveland City Council in declaring an emergency. Requested by Council President Barbara J. Thomas, sponsored by Council of the Whole.
Robert G. Thomas, this bears your name. What is your pleasure?
I will sponsor, resolution 4715 and move for its adoption.
Is there a second?
A second.
A second. Open for discussion. Go ahead, Barbara.
This resolution is based on the fact that we have a writ of mandamus lodged against the entire council individually, and the a law director has reclused herself for reasons she says will cause her to lose her license, and it is in conflict, and recommended that we get an outside counsel. Therefore, I am recommending that to this council that we take Buckley and King LPA, which we already have, who's doing pro bono work for us, who is now willing to represent us under the agreement which states that they would do other representation for us.
Any other discussion? Brandon King?
No.
Okay, Mansell Baker?
No.
All right, I'm all right with it. Madam Clerk, call the roll.
Councilman,
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't see you, Gary. Go
you
ahead.
do know that the mayor has a right.
Absolutely. I will not deny that to you, Honorable Mayor. All right?
I didn't see the actual resolution.
Mhm.
I'm sure that it's somewhere in the room, but I didn't see the actual resolution. All I see is the title.
Okay.
So we've been.
Here it is.
Great, so
There it
much.
is. So we all know that council entered an agreement with Buckley King
Mhm.
where there was the talk about this, well, this will be at no cost to the city, and the law firm simply wants to help the city
Well, that
explore
is for
options.
what we're doing.
Barbara, let me
Simply
be.
wants to, so we now know that that's not necessarily the arrangement that's going to be kept.
Okay.
So you go from a situation where there's no cost to the city to a situation where now they will be billing the city.
Okay.
So that is
No,
what it
that's
is.
not correct.
Hold it, Barbara. You
And
need
this is a fee arrangement, I think, that it says that you're retaining them as your counsel. So I have a question and maybe another statement.
Okay.
Is this a resolution, and again, I just wasn't able to read it, is it a resolution that authorizes payments to Buckley King?
Yes.
Okay, so you're switching from the, we
No.
won't pay for anything to the,
No.
we now pay.
Okay.
No.
Okay, go ahead, Barbara. Articulate it. Maybe better
Okay,
than me.
the arrangement that we had that was pro bono is still in effect. That is in effect due to the fact that he is, the firm is doing exactly what it says, going out to arrange for consultants to come in and look for other options that we can deal with as opposed to just doing a merger with the city of Cleveland. Now, having said all that, since the chief of staff found it necessary to bring Mr.
Michael Smith.
Michael Smedley, who is the chief of staff, to bring charges through a writ of mandamus against each and every counselor, that brought about another situation that had to be dealt with. Under normal circumstances, I guess, according to my law director, had it not been one of her boss, she would have been able to represent us. He said her, she said her boss.
I don't know if this should be.
That's her boss.
So,
It's not
what,
a debate, it's a discussion.
hey,
Okay, we're having a discussion. We
Okay.
need your vote, man. So hold it
So-
tight. Go ahead.
so basically, what we had to do was, under the same agreement, if there was something other than the bringing in the consultants and all of that, they would be willing to do that as a fee. But the other options and so forth is pro bono. To represent us in the writ of mandamus, that is a fee.
All right.
So if you would indulge for a moment.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so this is paid.
And that's a separate
This
issue.
is paid for the mandamus. Just as I've said before, so this is the fiscal commission, you probably heard it by now. That mandamus action, I didn't bring it, but it doesn't seek anything from the city. It's done at no cost to the city. The mandamus action simply is asking council to take that action that should result from the petition under the Ohio law. That's it. So if council does its duty under the Ohio law to move that thing forward, then there's no charge. The lawsuit is dismissed. That's it. That's all the lawsuit asks. So it's at no cost to the city, and there's no cost if council simply votes to appoint those three people to that commission. That's it. It's over. So that being said, with this particular thing here, I know there was a query of the finance director earlier, and council has a couple of accounts on paper. That's fine. But just know that there is not that amount of cash from those two line items sitting in an account somewhere waiting to be spent for whatever purpose. If this is done, it will result in layoffs, and it will result in layoffs of the police. Just so you know. It will probably result in about 6 to 8 police officers being laid off if we are forced to pay the legal.
Okay, Brandon.
Okay, thank you for that, Mr. Mayor. Now, I wasn't privy to the conversations with Buckley King, but from my seat and what I thought, when we got the mandamus down, we needed to retain legal counsel. But in my thoughts, right, because you did state this too.
We know we
He
can't
got
do
the
that.
floor. Go ahead, Brandon.
You did state
can't do
this
that.
before. So what I'm thinking is, and I'm hoping that we get a response to the request that we sent out for somebody to say whether or not the petition for annexation is valid. And if we get that, we won't need the lawyer. If they say, yes, it's valid, then we move forward. 'Cause we've already started the process of getting the names and looking at the legislation. So what I'm hoping is that we get that
Brandon, you're out
response
of order.
before we need the
Brandon,
lawyer, so we
you're
don't
out of
incur
order.
any costs
Brandon, you're out of
to the city, because we know the city can't afford it.
But I'll just say.
I got
It's
cut
not
off.
valid.
Election certified.
Call for the
not
vote.
certified.
Call for the vote. Come on, let's have a vote. Done. I've cut the debate over. Call for the vote, Madam Clerk, call for the vote.
Counselor King,
Yay.
Counselor Baker, Counselor Martin,
Yay,
Counselor Thomas.
Okay.
it's passed.
Cannot discuss anything about the
Right.
writ of mandamus.
That's right. Go ahead.
7:20, the meeting's adjourned.
Yeah. Get you a lawyer, get you a lawyer. Cause I know they ain't right.